Chapter 2. Strategic Positioning Beats Brute Force. The victorious strategist only seeks battle after the victory has been won. Sun Tzu. Introduction. Too many startups rush to launch, believing that speed alone will secure market share. But as Sun Tzu teaches, true victory begins long before the first move. Strategic positioning, choosing the right problem, the right market, and the right timing, beats brute force every time. This chapter is about planning battles you're already set up to win. The danger of rushing to launch speed without clarity is dangerous. Founders are told to move fast and break things. But if you break things without a plan, you create chaos. Sun Tzu said, "He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight." Many startups don't fail because their idea is bad. They fail because they launched without understanding the terrain. Premature launches waste goodwill, capital, and momentum. A rushed product may flop. You might get press, but not customers. Worse, a bad launch teaches the market to ignore you, and that's hard to reverse. Sun Tzu reminds us, to be prepared beforehand for any contingency is the greatest of virtues. Preparation is not procrastination. It's deliberate positioning. Know who you're serving. Know the problem you're solving. Know why now is the right moment. Take Google. They didn't rush to compete with Facebook. They tried Google+, it failed, and they returned focus to their core strengths, search and advertising. Meanwhile, others who rushed to copy Facebook burned trust and cash. Founders, don't launch out of fear. Launch when the battlefield favors your strengths. Picking the right market niche before scaling. Choosing a niche is not a limitation. It's a strategic entry point. Sun Tzu said, "If he sends reinforcements everywhere, he will everywhere be weak." Trying to serve everyone serves no one. Specificity creates power. Early adopters don't want generic tools. They want something sharp, made just for them. Winning a niche earns loyalty, feedback, and word of mouth. Focus sharpens product, messaging, and execution. Sun Tzu also said, "You can be sure of succeeding in your attacks if you only attack places which are undefended." Great niches aren't guessed. They're discovered by identifying pain customers already feel and current solutions fail to fix. Airbnb began with 3 air mattresses during a conference with no hotel rooms, a tiny underserved market. But it was urgent, and it grew from there. Your ideal niche is specific enough to dominate, painful enough to demand a solution, small enough to move fast, big enough to expand from win a hill before you try to conquer the empire. Timing, your moves, first mover versus fast follower. There's a myth that being first means winning. It doesn't. Sun Tzu said, "The clever combatant imposes his will on the enemy, but does not allow the enemy's will to be imposed on him." First movers pay to educate the market. They build infrastructure. Fast followers study what works and skip the mistakes. Facebook wasn't the first social network. Google wasn't the first search engine. Apple didn't invent the smartphone. Timing is leverage, not ego. Sometimes being early is just being wrong. Sun Tzu said, "Do not repeat the tactics which have gained you one victory, but let your methods be regulated by the infinite variety of circumstances." Ask yourself, does the infrastructure exist? Are customer habits established? Can we execute better before they notice? It's better to be second and dominate than first and burn out. Action. Strategic positioning canvas. All strategy must lead to action. Use the strategic positioning canvas before you build, fundraise, or launch. 1. Customer clarity. Who is your specific urgent user? What's their biggest problem right now? How are they solving it today? 2. Competitive awareness. Who else is targeting them? Where are competitors strong? Where are they weak? Sun Tzu said, "If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles." 3. Unique advantage. What can you do that others can't? What do you see that they miss? What gives you structural advantage? Data, insight, relationships. Timing, insight, why now? What changed in tech, law, habits, or tools? What's urgent today that wasn't last year? 5. Expansion path. After this niche, what's next? Can this wedge grow into a platform, network, or ecosystem? Sun Tzu said, "Plan for what is difficult while it is easy. Do what is great while it is small." Use this canvas with your team. Revisit it regularly. It prevents panic. It anchors you to leverage. Case studies and real-world parallels. Slack started as an internal tool for a failed game. Launched slowly, targeting engineers and small teams, positioned to kill work email. Result, product market fit before mass marketing. Dropbox didn't build the full product first, made a demo video instead, validated demand and built a waitlist. Result, saved months of development time. Zoom entered a crowded space, focused on quality, simplicity, and business users. Avoided hype. Result, dominated during COVID while competitors scrambled. Quibi raised over $1 billion, rushed to launch. Ignored user habits and signals. Result, shut down in under a year. No unique angle, no strategic positioning, just brute force. The lesson, strategy beats money. Position wisely, and you don't need to outspend anyone. Conclusion, strategy is the real speed. Sun Tzu said, to win without fighting is best. Real speed isn't motion, it's momentum. And momentum comes from positioning, not panic. Strategy means picking the fight you're built to win, avoiding the fights that drain you, playing to your natural advantages. Sun Tzu also said, he who is prudent and lies in wait for an enemy who is not will be victorious. In business, this means you win when you prepare better than others. Before you build, ask yourself, do we have clarity? Are we using our strengths? Are we playing our own game or someone else's? The startups that survive aren't always the fastest. They're the ones who moved with purpose, positioned to win.